And there is another one somewhere. Where is it? There is a macro hatch going down somewhere. And an no, a secret hidden base. Look at that. Teach me to look at my minimap. Infestation pit here, which means infestors! Love infestors. This one Viking not going to do a lot against those billion muters. Going to come in, try and snipe a siege tank. Doesn't work. Does get stopped by those marines. Pathogen glands going down. Zerg flyer attacks level 1 nearly finished. That is so handy for that Mutalisk harass. Look at this sexy force going down here. And we see now the lair transforming into the hive, which means Greater Spire, which means Broodlord Infestor play, ladies and gentlemen. Broodlord Infestor, yes. The true Zerg endgame. The real trick then, once the Zerg has got up enough bases to go Broodlord Infestor, is then surviving long enough to get there. What you need to do is force the Terran, PuMa, like this, to sit back in the base. Not going to allow him to move out because of those mutas, which means he has to sit there. He's going to keep upgrading, but those upgrades are not going to matter once the Broodlords and Infestors get out. As we see a drop going down here, doing some slight harass, but not an awful lot. This Zerg army is so mobile right now that there is just not a lot he's going to do. Does forget to kill that marine. That was slightly silly play, but does move away to defend against any kind of push. A large push now coming from PuMa. His upgrades are very high at the moment, but 4 Infestors now popping out. More Banelings morphing. 11 Banelings, 28 Zerglings. Greater Spire being made as Terran Infantry Weapons level 3 starts to go down. Oh yes, and as we see, our first ever sensor tower on VocTer Gaming. So useful against the Mutalisk harass, means he's going to know exactly what's coming into that natural. Allows him to push out with his forces before the Greater Spire is made. Oh, I do apologise. It's so dry and warm here. This is a brilliantly timed push by KingKong though. By PuMa rather. Gets him before that Greater Spire is finished. That means no Broodlords. That means the Infestors are not fully charged their energy and will take a while to get over here. And so much damage going down, but look at all these Banelings and Infestors! Oh, they just burst! They do absolutely nothing. That was such a waste of units. So you see KingKong trying to expand to here and to here. That base having been taken down earlier. But this push still doing damage. More and more creep team is going down. Stopping that creep once again. Needs to shift these tanks forward. Does not want to leave these marines all out on their own. Does not know how many Infestors are about. The answer is pretty much 0 right now, however. KingKong is going to lose this base so quickly. As we see reinforcements now pouring in. This is such a devastating push that this could end the game. All of Zerg's tech structures are in the one place. That Evo chamber is going to go down. If he loses this hive, if he loses this Greater Spire, if he loses the infestation pit, the game is over. That is the one real weakness of Zerg, is that all their tech structures are so immobile and so hard to rebuild that if you push into a base like this, one Broodlord being made is not going to be enough. 2 Infestors, it is simply too late. He cannot relocate. This base is going down. Those Infestors do get off a fungal, but this is going to be GG now. You simply cannot afford to lose everything that is here. All those Speedlings go down again. The Infestor goes down again. Just does not have the critical mass of units, and that is the Korean GG. Oh, what again? Finally, we see the play that PuMa is capable of on the last game of the week. That sensor tower was brilliantly timed, allowing him to put an end to any of that muta harass. Meant he could move out with this push before the Greater Spire finished, before he had that critical mass of Broodlords and Infestors. Absolutely fantastic play. Look, I want to really make a point of this. Look at these upgrades. He was more than 2/3 of the way done on infantry weapons level 3, more than 1/3 of the way done on infantry armor level 3, and vehicle weapons level 2. That is just so much insane DPS. Infestors and Speedlings cannot stand against that. You really need those Broodlords up before then. Oh, I am absolutely wiped. That was a brilliant game. Really glad that happened, as the previous two games have been slightly short and disappointing, especially PuMa's play yesterday. Well, that about does it for today. Time for the regular announcements. Join us at irc.funetic.net. That is an IRC channel for those of you unfamiliar with it. #gaming. Join us there. We are playing Game of the Month, which is currently Borderlands, for a few more days, and then we will switch over to August Game of the Month. We are also playing Eve now. I started a character last night. We are making our own corporation as well, which is going to be fantastic. So join us in there. Feel free to join our Eve corporation. I will tell you its name next week when we actually have a name. Next week, Zerg vs Zerg. Not all 4 days, because that would be horrendous and very, very boring. As everyone knows, Terran vs Zerg is the one true matchup of VocTer Gaming. However, I really do want to cast a Zerg vs Zerg. I'm going to look for some over the weekend, even though I'm working. In a strange twist of fate, my normal days off are not my normal days off this week. But do not fear, I will find that Zerg vs Zerg. But if you, yes you, have played a Zerg vs Zerg, or seen a Zerg vs Zerg that is absolutely out of this world, please send it to me at VocTerGaming@gmail.com, or of course put it in the YouTube comments, link it in my YouTube PM, however that works. And I think that's going to be everything for today. Thank you very much for watching this week, and we will be back next week with some games, possibly from FXO Leonok, definitely some Zerg vs Zerg. Thank you very much for watching.